C.A.R.E started back in 1992 when our executive director Melissa Sarton saw a need for animals to have a safe place besides animal control, because that is far from a safe place. She went out, she would rescue animals, she would collect food herself and she would feed them, and the story goes that she would always continually get more and more animals, and her parents knew from an early beginning that she had rescue in her blood. Since then, we've rescued approximately 25,000 animals. So they range from dogs and cats to bunnies and many other animals that are companion animals that can be domesticated. We try to rescue as much as we can with the resources that we have. The best way the community can help us out is through donations, whether it's dog food, if it's monetary donations. That really helps us with our vet bills. Just one or two animals alone could rack up a $1,000, $2,000 vet bill, and with all of our adoptions being $100, it doesn't take a mathematician to realize the difference between what we adopt out for and what we've already invested in our animals. A lot of people don't know how much help it is for them just to come in and adopt, but for every animal that we do adopt out, that gives us space to rescue one more. So if you want to help us out, a really good way is if you're considering an animal, to go ahead and adopt.
Volunteering here, if you like animals, volunteering here is just amazing. I mean, it's so much fun. You can hold a cat, you can walk dogs, you can just go hold a dog. The thing that's really cool is when they come in from animal control and they're scared and they don't know where they are. And I've heard so many volunteers say, I just wanted to hold him, and they did. They just grabbed him up and held him and made him feel safe. I just always, when I think of C.A.R.E, I just think of that it's amazing. To know where we started with just a few cages and like that, and then to move to where we are now with the animals in their own rooms, you know, and the number of adoptions that we do. Even through the pandemic, we've done a good number of adoptions. So it's just if you want to save lives, it's just the best place to do it. A lady called Melissa and said that she had a lot of dogs that it had gotten out of control, that she had gotten the first ones spayed and neutered, but then she just kept acquiring dogs, but she couldn't afford to do that. So she had actually gotten up to 64. And she told Melissa, she said, I will let C.A.R.E do it because I know they won't euthanize them.
A couple of years ago around Christmas time, we were running very, very low on food, and we put out a Facebook post that just said, hey, we're in a bad spot right now. We're down to our last few bags of food, and if you guys can come together, we would really appreciate it. And the overwhelming response of the community, it gives me goosebumps. We had around like 5,000 pounds of food donated, and it really took an empty shed to a full shed, and we were able to take some of that food out to the sanctuary. And we were never out of food, but we were very close. Out in Aurora, we have around 20 to 30 horses. We were up to around 40-ish not long ago. We had a 22-horse rescue back about a year and a half ago. But we do have 385 acres out of the farm sanctuary that we're able to accommodate. I think we have around 35 potbelly pigs. We have several farm pigs. Those guys get pretty big. We had one that was up to 1,000 pounds. It's typically a place where animals aren't quite ready for the adoption center, so we let them stay at the sanctuary until they get healthy, so they can come and meet their families. In addition to our adoptables, we do have some animals that aren't adoptable. They typically seniors or those that do require extensive medication and extensive one-on-one care. We're able to provide the one-on-one care, the individualized treatment for those animals, and give them the warm beds and what they need to live out their senior years. There are so many animals around here that deserve a second chance. More than 1 million animals are euthanized in the United States every year, and those are just companion animals. There are homes available for animals. You don't have to go to a breeder. You don't have to go to Walmart parking lot with the box that says free puppies. A lot of times those will be the ones that end up costing you quite a bit of money. Just go to your local shelter. We all have animals that are spayed, they're neutered, they're perfectly wonderful companion animals. We just want you to give them a chance because they are just as capable of loving you as a purebred that you might find for a significantly more amount of money.